We're about to get started, so.
Laura, guys, we're gonna about to start. Uh-huh.
No, we can. It's hot. We each take one step further away from our cameras. Perfect.
Yeah, so. Can you please close the door?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want me to deter people from coming?
No.
No. That might help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see some traffic
Yeah.
if possible. I just didn't want people yelling in the background. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all. But regular business is fine.
Yeah.
Gotta get your money.
Exactly.
All right.
I'm sippin', 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 I'm sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your fucking life together. It'll be 2023 already and you wouldn't have had a shot yet. And I'm here at Old City Kitchen with Chef Michu.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. I'm so excited to be here with you.
I'm excited to have you. Little background. I met Chef a little while ago. Shout out to George. I met her supporting George. And immediately when I met you, you approached everybody I was with so much love and energy.
Thank you.
And you were willing to share about your background and your past. And I just appreciated you from the beginning. And then you fed me. You know what I'm saying?
And that was it.
And we know how that goes. That goes without saying.
That's how little love starts.
But give the people a little background on first what you do here, and then we'll get into the other things.
So we are in Old City Kitchen, this beautiful space.
Absolutely.
It's so pretty. We are second in market, so we have a lot of tourist people here. But we have a big community of the Old City Kitchen, the people who's been living around here for so long. So we started this kitchen to start sharing chef knowledge about what they make.
Mm-hmm.
And we just started doing classes, and people got really excited. Oh, I'm making sushi now because most of the people didn't know what to eat when they were in the pandemic, and they were all. So we were with that plan. Let's go and share what you know to all the people, so they don't have to make rice or grilled cheeses all day.
Every day. Right. And it sounds simple, but it was so important during that time. And anytime you're sharing knowledge, that's a blessing.
And people were spending so much money on food that
I know they were.
Yes,
We were.
Because most of the people don't know how to cook, and then if we can teach you how to make a simple paella or a roast or rice or a steak, you just have to know how to cook a steak and don't make it like a cardboard or something like that. And that's what I'm trying to teach you. Technique to not make cardboard.
Absolutely. No cardboard steaks. I always tell people, man, y'all paying for expensive hamburgers. That's not a steak.
And then we have a lot of people here that comes for the classes. We have brunch, we have lunches, we have breakfast sometimes. We have pop-ups. On Wednesday, there is a lot of people who come, different vendors, and they sell their product here. So all Wednesday, since like 12 in the morning till late at night, they do sell their product here. So
that's nice.
Come and check it out. They have so many people who live around this area, the community, and sell their product here.
No, that makes sense too, because everybody, we're trying to get into this shop local, grow local,
Yes.
you know what I mean, and buy local thing.
Yes, let's
And
give our people our money instead of giving it to the big corporations.
Exactly.
That's
so
what we're
y'all are
trying to do.
building a pipeline
Yes.
for that.
And that's what we want. We want to help all people, chef and cooks, and even if you just make cupcakes, I want you to bring that here so we can help you share it with the rest of the public in Old City.
Absolutely. I like that. I like that a lot. So what do you have? What are you making today?
Oh, I'm Venezuelan, so I can make arepas, empanadas, pabellón. But today I'm selling empanadas, and I'm gonna feed you again.
All right, cool. We get started with the empanadas.
This right here is cornmeal, and as you know, well, most of the people don't know, but South America is, most of the people in South America are Native American. And I'm from Venezuela, and my great-grandmother have this recipe of this pulled beef, where it's carrots, onions, peppers, slow cooked for 8 hours. And that's how the meat gets so tender and so juicy and so, and
Shout out to grandma for her patience.
That's the patience of the grandma. Let it go. So I'm doing here everything like that.
Same way.
Like the same way that my grandma used to do it. Because all this posh gives love. And then.
So you learned how to cook from grandma?
From grandma. Well, my dad also went to culinary school, and he moved when I was 2 years old. He moved to Aruba, and he started cooking there. And I used to go there and visit him every summer. And one summer he broke his arm, and he's like, "Oh, Michelle, if you don't cook, we're gonna starve."
Not gonna eat, right?
And I'm like, "Okay, Dad, show me how to cook a tomato." And that's what we did. I started with a tomato, and now I'm in Philly making empanadas.
Making empanadas. It's funny you say Aruba because ever since I was a child, my family had timeshare in Aruba.
Timeshare?
Yeah, so
Nice.
we used to go out there for vacations. Once in a while, they would take us. A lot of times, they like to go with their friends or by themselves for their
Maybe I saw you
anniversary.
around there, yeah.
And it's like the community, especially years ago. Now it's a little more touristy than it was back in the day, but it was just so much love. The one little happy island thing.
Yeah, the happy island.
You believed it once you was there. And
my dad has been there for 32 years. He has his own restaurant there.
Beautiful.
It's called La Rinconada. And he has Venezuelan food too. His food is amazing, but he also works at the Renaissance Hotel where he makes paellas and risottos and like fancy food.
Yeah, they love him out there.
Yes.
He got all the
friends. A little bit of laughter, a little bit, yes.
Nah, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. So, how did you get here to America to share these culinary feasts with us?
It's a long story, but I used to do politics in my country, and since 1998, I was 8 years old. I've been looking at the politics in my country and how my uncle was a politician teacher. So I used to hear him and the rest of my family talking what was happening in my country in that moment. And then this guy, Hugo Chavez Frias, he is trying to be the president, and he gave a cue to the government, and there is a mess, and I'm scared because my family is like, we don't know what's going to happen now. These people is getting with Fidel Castro and whatever, and I don't understand. So I start getting involved in that, and I start getting interested because I was scared. So I got involved in politics, and then the result of that is my mayor is chasing me now because he's thinking that I'm trying to be a mayor there or take his job or whatever reason they had, it didn't even matter. They were
threatened by you.
Yeah, they were threatened. So they put me in prison in 2017 when we were on election day. They were making people vote openly. So if you were voting, if you were receiving something from the government and you were going to vote, you will have to vote openly. And they will get in your side and look at what you were voting for, and now you can keep that house, or now you can keep that car. And then I saw that happening, and I was like, yeah, this is illegal. This is the Constitution. I had the Constitution in my hand, and I'm like, you have to stop doing this. This is illegal. You can do this. They're
like, we know.
You know.
They said, we know already. That don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Not today.
It happens here now too.
Exactly.
Motherfuckers, I'm sorry.
Hilarious.
And then I'm like, no, I'm not moving here. You have to stop doing this. And they're like, well, no, you're going. And I sit down on the floor, and you're not carrying me. I'm not getting out of here. They carry me out, put me on the fucking truck, take me out of there.
Locked you up.
And locked me up and put me 2 days on this place where they were mentally abusing me and telling me, we're gonna rape you, we're gonna do this, and why are you doing this? Who is paying you for this? And I'm not, nobody's paying me. I'm worried about my community, my family. What
you
is
did the right thing.
Us.
You had a concern.
Yes.
You were afraid of something, and you gained knowledge of it.
And it wasn't just me. It was a group of people. We're like 700 kids we just get done with high school, and we were starting college, and then we got together, and then we were like, we have to stop this. This is going to damage our country. This is education was already. They were shooting colleges, and they were like closing them for they're still closed. It's been 22 years, and after that, they put me in prison, and thank God the group of people that I was with were really supportive, and they went to prison, start sharing my name and say, "Te queremos, Michu, te queremos," to take me out of there, and finally, after panic attacks and my heart was breaking down, they saw the ambulance coming and they're like, "Oh, Michelle, it's really bad, an ambulance is coming," and they're like, "We're going in," and that's when they came in, dragged me out with the lawyer, and there was a Nora Bracho, is like a congresswoman, and she was there. She helped taking me out. So I left. I have to hide after that. So I went to Colombia and hide there for 2 years and start working at culinary school, Escoffier. And then
You won't let that stop you, boy.
no, I don't stop. I don't stop fighting. I don't stop trying. How was everything, mommy?
It was good. I'm ready to pay if you're not.
Nice.
Go ahead, handle that. That's fine.
This is what I do this for. People like this. She came a couple days ago. She's like, "I need to try your food," and there she's back.
And now she's satisfied.
How was your lemonade?
The lemonade was something with
Love it?
sauce.
Sauce?
Sauce.
I'm gonna make like a platter next Saturday.
Cool.
Yes.
I'll see you next Saturday. Love
I'll
you.
make like lemon chicken. Do you like lemon chicken?
I do.
Nice. I'll
All
make
right.
lemon chicken.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So now I gotta come back for the lemon chicken. So you said 2 years in Colombia.
2 years in Colombia, save money, get my stuff together, teach there. But I wanted to learn English, and I wanted to learn French, finish learning, because I already knew a little bit, but I couldn't speak like we're doing it right now. And because I was afraid of you not understanding what I was trying to say, so that was my holding me down. So I tried to figure out what to do, and my best friend is like, let's do the French here and let's move to America. Because we were choosing between Canada, where you can speak French and English, America, because this is a dream. Everybody said, "Oh, the dream! Go and get the dream!" And I was like, "Yeah, we have to do that." Or France to learn French, and we started looking. We decided America because he said America is the best place. And then we are like, or which city now? Which one is the most open to people who comes from other countries? Which one will help us with our papers and all documents, because we are political refugees. That's what we're running from.
Exactly.
And then we have Seattle, San Francisco, Washington, and Philly. All of them are sanctuary cities, so they were protected here. And San Francisco was too expensive. Washington, you need to have a car. Seattle is too expensive. Philly is paradise. Let's go to Philly.
No, but that's funny because when you give that list, I see you say they are sanctuary cities, so it makes sense of how you compiled the list. But then I was really interested on how you decided to wind up here of all those places. But that makes sense.
Yeah, it's the money and the traffic. And SEPTA here, even if it sucks sometimes, is
No,
it's
we
good.
have
It's really
better
good.
public transportation than a lot of most cities.
Most
in
cities,
the
yeah, because
country.
Washington has no transportation.
Nah, it's very random. I lived in Baltimore for a while,
And they didn't have no
the
transportation.
buses were so. I mean, just trying to. I stood outside the mall waiting for a bus for about 3 hours one time.
Oh my gosh.
It was the mall. Like,
No.
and I was like, thank God for SEPTA.
We have them all right here. If
Right.
something comes every 3 minutes.
Exactly.
Oh, we have empanadas.
Uh-oh.
One is for you, one's for Kay.
I'll take Kay hers so you don't have to go.
Here. I know she's gonna want this.
So explain to them again what's in the empanada.
The empanada is a cornmeal sandwich, folding. Then this one is filled up with beef, carrots, onions, and extra love.
And love. Definitely
lot
love.
of it.
And that's why I wanted you to, because of course you're such a sweetheart. She tried to feed me as soon as I got here.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, we got to show the love on the camera. So
I
that
was
they-
like, are you hungry? You thirsty? What do you need? You need beer? You need what?
No, and I appreciate it, but then the people would have missed out on this part.
Mm-hmm.
The big reveal.
Ooh, look at that.
We
That's
getting
perfect.
that in there? Did we get that? You see all that love spewing out of there?
Oh, that heat.
Oh, that's nice. Look, it even fell the right way.
Yep, that looks so pretty.
Looks like I meant to do it. Whoa, the bottle was blocking. That big bottle out the way anyway. They don't pay us.
There you go.
See that? That's lovely. No, but we gonna let it cool off for a minute. I'm not gonna try.
No, you can't go
Not
through
gonna
that.
try to talk to you with the hot mouth.
It
But
just came. That's how I do it. I do it fresh. Every time that I make an empanada, I'll do it fresh. You're gonna see me making the cornmeal, putting the stuff inside, and frying it on.
I think
right
it's
here in your
important.
face, yes.
I think it's important. I think, like I said, you see the love that goes into it. You see the process, and you're also sharing your culture. You
Yes.
said this is your grandma's way, your
Yes.
grandma's recipe, and all of that. So it's like people get to see, like, oh, so the guy on the Food Network, he was doing some made up stuff. This
yes,
is the
this
authentic,
is an authentic thing.
You know what I
yes.
mean? And I
This
think
is-
that's important.
We empanadas, hallacas, pabellón, pan de jamón. Those are all Venezuelan meals that we make from scratch. Empanadas and arepas and pabellón are our, like, when we were taken by Christopher Columbus too. So when he came to, and this is the scrap food. Like, it was the left of what the rich people were eating.
Absolutely.
And then we
Like
made
a
it.
lot of our food came from.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's what we make. That's corn. We just grind it up and make the flour, and then carrots, onions, peppers, the scrap of them. That's what we used to do. And now we use it with 100% quality food. It's
And
so tasteful.
I saw something that said it was also convenient because you can work and have just the pocket. You know, you have a hand free. You can always just
Yes,
like a little sandwich.
Yep,
but
you
it was
just have it, grab it,
but it
and
was
it's-
everything, so that you felt like you had a whole meal.
yes.
Type of thing.
You just grab it and carry it and walk in with it.
Yeah,
it's
that makes sense.
Yes, it is, and that's how they have to do, because they have to work all the time. So
All the time, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I was hearing. But you picked Philly. You got here. How did we treat you? I want to know how we treated my friend, man.
I always did it. Every time that I start telling my story, I said, you're not going to believe it because it sounds like a movie. But it is a movie. And I don't know how I survived all this. I don't know how I've been through all this. But I'm here, and I'm sharing my food. I'm sharing my love and my passion. So
Absolutely.
I did it.
Absolutely.
I come to feel it. I'm in Aruba. And I saving money there because in Colombia I wasn't making enough money. Monthly, a Colombian gets $350
A month?
a month. That's the
Wow.
highest. My country, Venezuela, is $12 a month. 12. So when you compare that, and then I'm in Venezuela making $12 an hour, going to culinary school, and going to language school, but I'm not making enough money to save to come to go anywhere. So I go to Colombia, I'm start making money, but 350 is not even the ticket. The ticket to Philly was $800. So I have to figure out where should I go to save more money. So my dad is in Aruba, but me and my dad, he is with the government. So when they put me in prison, he was like, "You deserve it," and I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, these people is making people vote openly? Like, no, it's." When I talk about this and when I remember what happened in my country, and I get in the middle of conversation here when a Republican and a Democrat are arguing, I'm like, this is what they want. They want division. We cannot do this because that's what they did in my country, and I'm seeing it. I'm trying to explain people what is happening, but they're no. He believes that nobody can abort and whatever, but he believes in that because he has we have to explain him why he's wrong, but we are not attacking him. We cannot attack him. We just have to explain people.
Because like you witnessed, things could go so far that it's damn near impossible to reel them back in.
Yes,
It's hard to come back from.
You cannot go all the way. You have to always try to be in the middle because we
Balance.
just follow
Everything
Jesus.
is
Jesus
based
was
on
always
balance.
in the middle. He was always trying to be good for the good and the bad. Even if the bad was bad, he always forgive them and try to teach them and try to help them. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what I'm trying to share to people so they might understand what's my vision of it. They might not, they might do, but I've been through this. I was in a country who was being divided by the media, and divided by the politics, and divided by every situation was an argument. So
which is sad because the soul of the people are not based on those things.
No, because if we didn't have a system, this wouldn't exist. We wouldn't be arguing about politics at all.
We'd be helping each other.
Exactly, and that's what we should be doing, and that's what I want to do, and that's why I want to bring community in and do it. But when I was in my country, it wasn't like that. So my dad and me, we have so many arguments about politics.
That's happening here with families
too,
now.
and it's horrible, and that's why I don't want that to happen here. But I need to make money. The only way that I can make money is going with my dad to Aruba, because I can make 600 instead of 350. So I moved to Aruba with my dad, and I start saving money there. I'm 2 years there. I'm working at the Renaissance Hotel as a cook, but my dad is a chef there, so I couldn't work there because I'm the daughter. So they changed my name to Juanita. I look just like my dad. Like if you put a picture of me and my dad, you know that I'm his daughter.
It's probably like, you know what, we just gonna leave it alone.
Yes.
She knows what she's doing. We need her.
We need her, yes. And then they left me. They at the end they knew that I was his daughter, and they left me there. And then I was working at the DV resort. I was housekeeping there, so I was in a mini golf cart, just bringing pillows to the rooms and stuff like that, and that was fun. Aruba is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
It's beautiful. The beach.
I miss Baby Beach.
Because you just walk and walk.
You can walk as far as you want. It don't come past your waist.
Nope.
And the fish is just right there talking to you.
Right there, walking around in your fish store or whatever.
I tell
it's
people
amazing.
about Baby Beach all the time, man.
Aruba
so
is
peaceful.
beautiful. Yes, it is peaceful.
It's a great place to take kids too.
Yeah. I used to go every year. I seen mothers one day later bring their babies to the seawater because they, of course, it's nature. It's normal.
Yeah.
But that Baby Beach is perfect for that.
It is. No currents coming or anything.
No, it's beautiful.
Still water.
The water and the sun is white.
Yep.
The sun is never seen sun as white as the Aruba one.
You're so close to the equator, but you about to make me book another flight.
I want to go to Puerto Rico.
Oh, now back to the empanada, because
Okay.
I did get to bite into it, and as usual, this is fantastic. Everything tastes fresh. The dough, the breading is perfect. Not too hard, not too soft. I'm having a great time right now. It's hard having to sit here and knowing that I got to keep a conversation going.
And don't go to the empanada.
But it's okay. It's all right. We're going to sacrifice for the good of the episode.
Nice.
So
I'll feed him a load or two one day before you leave.
So you did the Aruba thing, and then you got your money together to be able to come to the U.S.?
Yes, and then my dad didn't want me to come. Remember, he is a leftist. He's completely to the left. He's scared of America. You're gonna be around drugs. You're gonna be, and he was right.
I'm about to say,
he was right.
So to a certain extent.
No, he was right. I'm not. So I came to America and I didn't know nothing about drugs but weed. Like I never did. Well, I saw barrels of cocaine, barrels, but I didn't know what it was. Like I didn't understand. Like I knew my schoolmate fathers was doing that. He was in the military using ships to bring that here. It's insane.
I saw the documentaries. He probably was on it.
Oh, maybe. I'm not gonna say the name, but yes.
I'm not doing that.
And
But
then
the exposure in America was different.
yeah.
Immediately,
The what? I'm sorry.
like it happened as soon as you got here. It changed that way to.
No. So
Okay.
I came here in America. I don't have a phone. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do because my classes. I started on Kaplan English, and my classes started a month later, and I was living at the edge on Temple, but the place where I was going, it didn't start to a month.
Right.
So I didn't have a place to sleep. I didn't have where to go or nothing. So my first night in America, funnily, my first meal was in this place when it was Big Ass Slices.
That's crazy.
Right?
That's crazy.
My first meal in America was a pizza from Big Ass Slices, who was here.
Wow.
And now I'm
they
cooking
know that.
here 7 years later.
But I mean, And it's amazing because, of course, everything happens for a reason. But it takes a lot of courage. I tell people all the time, to move from one state to another state by yourself is a lot for a lot of people. They can't even wrap their head around doing it, let alone make the move.
A whole country, a whole
And
culture.
you have
I
just-
didn't know the language. I didn't I wanted to try it because I knew that I would do it because I was so focused on it. I'm gonna speak perfect English. I'm gonna share my food. I'm gonna start cooking. And I always wanted to work at a vegan restaurant. That's the first place that I went, and I got a job there and learned vegan recipes. And then I want to learn chicken and waffles and all this southern food. And then I went to a restaurant, southern food, and I learned all those recipes. It was amazing. And I actually was running that restaurant. It was called Rose Petals on 321 Shelton. I think they closed out on pandemic. So sad because their food was amazing. And then I wanted to learn cheesesteaks. I'm in Philly. So now I have to learn how to make a real good cheesesteak. And I went to work at Atney's Grub on 12th and Oregon. And then I came to Sonny's right here in the corner. And then I went to campus. And now I make the best cheesesteaks.
And you got stuck down here. You bounce around this area.
Yeah, around this area.
Quite a bit, huh?
I was working on Passion too. I work at Flannel there. But that's when COVID happened. And then I worked there for 2 months, and then COVID happened, and I lost a job. And then I went back to Big Ass License to start working there for the last 2 years.
If full circle is a thing,
yeah, it's right here.
it should be your middle name. Jeez. No, because it's inspirational, but it's like you're really just going with destiny.
Yes,
I'm
planning, but I'm not planning. Like, just actually yesterday I was reading something about that. The universe will always give you your path, but if you want to try to control that path, you're not gonna go through the path. You have to let it flow. And most of the times I've been trying to control it, and that's when my stuff goes to the other way. But now that I'm like, okay, I need to relax. I know that I don't have a real job. I'm just selling my product. It's just my investment now. It's just what I'm doing, and that's why I wanted people to know that I'm doing this.
And this is a moment.
This is a moment. I wanted to share my experience. I wanted to share my culture, what I did. I wanted to share my experiences, so maybe other people who are going through this can get some examples from me, or can know. Okay, I'm open to anybody to text me on Instagram or so. I will gladly talk to you. Because I know how hard it is. I know you need somebody to talk. Even when I was here in America, I didn't have nobody. And if I call my mom or my dad, I will tell her, hey, I don't have where to sleep. I don't know where to. They're gonna get worried. I have to deal with that with myself because it was my decision to come here. So that's what I did. I decided I'm going there. I'm going to Philly, and let's do it. So I came here. My best friend was already in Philly, but we didn't have funds.
Right.
And we've been best friend, John Paul, if you're seeing me.
Yo, John Paul.
We were meant to find each other again because I found the hostel right here, and they didn't have a bed for 2 days. So I left my baggage there. I said, hey, can I pay you just to leave my baggage till you have a bed for me in 2 days? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. So I don't have a place to sleep. I just wandering around Old City, looking at the places, going to Betsy Ross' house and Edgar Allan Poe. And, oh, this is amazing. The history of America started
But you
here.
like to learn.
Yes.
You're big on learning. You're very
Yes.
intelligent also. But there's a level of confidence that I don't think you notice that you have. Like, you have a lot of, like, I don't give a fuck in me. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
fine. That's my motto. It's fine. Everything's
but that's
gonna
beautiful
be fine.
because, like you say, and you're not going to get into but so many details, but I'm sure you've seen a lot of dark days and dark nights, and had a lot of times where you had no idea, but you had
I
faith.
cry by myself. I scream by myself.
But I think you always believed in you, though. I think it feels like you just bet on you all the time.
It's yeah.
And a lot of people can't do that. And that's why when you say you're willing to talk to people, I think that it is important for people to hear your story or to be able to reach out to you, because just being able to get it from in here,
Yeah.
you know, is something that we need to be able to share with people, because we might have strengths that other people don't have, but we're no greater than them.
No, but no way.
We're
Everybody's
all
the same.
human,
We are all
right.
humans. We
just have different understandings.
Yes,
and different,
we are different paths. That's the thing. We are going in different paths. You have a path because you were born here. You were born to do something, and that's what you are doing right now. And that's what God puts you here. I believe in God. I'm really faithful in God.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't believe in religions. I don't follow religions. It's just God and me and my cat.
And that's fine.
That's animals and all this, but no, I don't want to belong to anything but myself and God. That's it. And I want to follow that. And I want to, if Jesus was the example, he did what everybody should have done. That's what I'm trying to do. Follow his example and trying to help other people and keep going. So I come to America. Don't know where John Paul is. And I go to the Liberty Bell. And there is a house outside. That house has like a seat right there. So I lay down there and I'm looking at the stars. And that's my first night after I eat here. And I'm like, how I'm gonna follow John Paul? I don't know where he at. I hear somebody screaming, Michelle! And I look around, it's John Paul running to me. He found me there.
That's crazy.
Right?
That's crazy. That's like amazing. Like damn near impossible. Your first night?
My first night.
Wow. So then what happened?
We find each other, we start walking around. He said, let's find weed. That's what we need to do right now.
Might as well smoke. Ain't got nowhere to be.
There's nothing to do. Nothing was found weed. So we start looking at it, and I'm like, where? I'm like, I don't know. So we start walking and we start smelling it everywhere. So there's somewhere around here. And we walk down Rittenhouse Square. And Rittenhouse Square, 7 years ago, you could smoke there, weed, and everybody was chill, and everybody. It was amazing to be there. Actually, I had a year that I was going after work there every day because I love people rapping and going around and sharing. And I used to bring food from it, and then we just share the food around there. So we have actually I went like a week ago there, and there's still people who used to go there. They were like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you so long," and we shared information and like.
That's dope.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful people there. So we went to Rittenhouse Square. And I'm smelling, and I'm like, we don't know how to speak English too much, and we're like, mota, marijuana, and the guy's like, $10, I got you.
No problem.
No problem. And I'm like, woohoo!
Hilarious.
I went, and then we got to join, roll it, sit down, and I smoked, and it was incredible. I couldn't believe that I was here. I couldn't believe that I did it. I'm here. I'm in America after 2 years waiting for my visa, after the fighting, after the saving money, I'm here. I've been telling everybody, and most of the people, I've been planning this for like 3 years, and then my teachers, no, you're not gonna do that. How are you gonna do that? You're gonna be alone. And I'm like, yeah, but like I'm not afraid. I'm like, I want to do this. Like, I know I can make it happen, and
you were absolutely correct.
I actually did.
You were right.
I was 25 years old. I was planning to do it earlier, but 25 was perfect because I already knew what I was doing. My mindset was different. I wasn't a teenager, thinking like a teenager. I knew that I have to find a roof, find food, and find a job. And that's what I have to do. I have $3,000 in my pocket. If I didn't find a job after I get a roof,
going quick.
I will go quick.
You wouldn't have had no more $10 for Rittenhouse Park.
No more.
Nah, it'll go quick. Especially like you say, you are your support system out here. You and your best friend.
Yes.
So it's not a lot of cushion.
No, there wasn't nothing. Okay, that's when the bad things start happening. We are in a country that we don't know, so we're trying to find a job. And I'm a cook, so I have that skill. Even if I don't speak the language, I can cook tomatoes, cook onions. If you tell me tomate, onions, I know what I'm doing. But my friend is a lawyer. He went for law school in Venezuela. He's a high lawyer there. He was like the one who took me. Yeah, like he took me out of prison with his mom because she's also a lawyer. Like, get all my papers together or whatever. But he's looking for a job, but he doesn't speak English too well. He doesn't have the same skills that I do, and he can't find a job. So he started applying on Craigslist. And this guy offered him a job of taking care of his dad, and it was all a lie. He stole $2,000 out of him.
Wow.
So after a month and a half, he's like, I can't do it, Michelle. I have to go back. And I'm like, I can't go back. If I go back, I can't afford to come back, so I have to stay.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, are you sure? I don't want to leave you alone. I said, there's no other way. If I go back, I'm gonna get killed by these fucking people, or I'm gonna be depressed all the time. I don't want to. I'm already here. I'll be fine. So he left, and after a month and a half, I'm already on Temple. I went to Kaplan. I studied there. Learned for like a month of English. Hey, Erica.
Hello.
Can I start a podcast?
Yes, come here.
No, I don't want to come.
I love you. She's from Mac Taverns. She's the bartender at Mac Taverns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's amazing. She always come and say hi and support us and like female power.
No.
So Temple and it's $1,000 paying for school and $600 for the place that I'm living, and phone is $75, and SEPTA is this, and SEPTA is this. I can't afford to go to school anymore. I need to stop because I don't have money enough for do both things.
To do both, right?
Yeah. So my visa is a student visa, and I have to start doing my political asylum thing because my student visa is expired in 5 years, but the 5 years I know that I have to do that process in that period of time. So I do the process of everything is a process here. Like, what in the world? Why so long? Why so many steps? Why you have to go from one people to another person?
I've been here the whole time, and I don't get it. I don't like it either.
I don't get it.
I just know it's a thing. I don't like it.
I don't like it. So I have to do it. I have to get used to it because this is what I choose. So I'm doing it, and start looking for a lawyer. I'm paying for my visa, whatever, my political asylum. But then I start dating this guy, and dating with him for like 8 months. And one time we were in a room, and we were doing things that couples do, and this lady who owns the house that I was living, she started talking on the phone and saying stuff that we were doing in the room, and I'm like, what's how you know what we're doing? And like I confront her. I came out and confront her. I said, and she's like, I don't know. And my boyfriend at the time, he became my husband after. He's looking what is in the room. He found a camera.
Right.
So he's like, you can't live here. This woman is crazy. We have to leave. And I moved with him. And we were fine for those, maybe after 4 more months, like a whole year. And I didn't know that a doctor could give you drugs that will make you addicted. And he was taking his medicine. For me, we're medicine. But after a couple months, I started to realize that he's falling asleep. He's getting angry. He's screaming at me.
Opioids.
And he was doing Percocet and Xanax.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh my God, how you do this? So happens that his doctor, my husband is paying the doctor $100 for a prescription of 60 pills every 2 weeks. And this is a business, and I'm like, what? Okay, so my husband is trying. He gives me a pill and I try it, and I'm now doing Percocet, and I'm addicted to them. And I'm like, for a whole year, I'm sleeping on the couch. I'm doing Percocet and Xanax. I'm sleeping on the couch. I'm not doing nothing. I'm depressed. I'm not talking to my family. I don't have friends. I don't have a job. He's just taking care of me and letting me sleep all the time because he didn't want to share me. So I got tired after I took 12 pills one day because I wanted to die, and he let me sleep for like 2 days. And when I wake up, I call my mom and I told her, and she was like, you have to get out of there. This is not safe for you. I never told her before because I didn't want to worry them. I talk to my family every day, but I don't tell them what is happening. I don't, because they can help me, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna worry them. So I don't tell them what is happening, but he started abusing me, started hitting me, and because I started asking him to stop doing the pills. Let's just sell them and make the money out of it, but let's just stop it. Please get help. I want to get pregnant. I want to have a family with you. And the last time I did that, he broke my lip, plugged my eye, and I slept with him that night, and the next day I grabbed my stuff and I left. That's after 2 years of being with him.
Once again, another display of how strong and how much courage you have. Like, it's another example of it.
But I went through it. I did trying to kill myself. I did was doing drugs. I found myself after all that, but I could have
got out of that though.
Yes, I could. I'm not doing drugs anymore. I don't. I just smoke weed sometimes, but I don't even drink too much. I drink like wine and like, that's it. But I don't.
Not indulgent.
Oh no, yeah. It's like the only thing that makes me happy is weed when I get home to play video games. That's what I can do all day. Game you play? Destiny.
How many hours do you play a week?
Like 10.
That's not bad. That's not bad. It's an hour and a half a day.
Yes.
It's not bad.
Not bad. Yeah. I don't play too much because I work a lot. That's why. But that's my favorite time of the day. When I get home,
how you get the wind down.
Jump and just all these monsters.
This relaxes you.
Yes. I'm saving my planet.
That's hilarious.
I actually play with George sometimes. We have a set and then we just
talking
play
crazy.
Yeah.
Man,
he's
George is a great dude. Very talented too with his hands also. So
he's
salute
amazing.
to him, man.
I'm so glad I get to meet you.
How did you meet George?
So I used to work at Tony's, and my coworker Alex was his roommate.
Okay.
They lived together, and then we created a group of friends where it was George, Alan, Harrison, Christine, me, and we used to watch Game of Thrones every Sunday. And like each of us, we just make a turn and cook. So 1 week I cook, and next week they cooks, and it's a great
like group. A great Game of Thrones group to me.
It's a group.
Because I watch Game of Thrones. I'm about to watch the new one that what's the name of Mother of Dragons? I think it's called.
Mother of Dragons. Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yes, that's coming out. I can't wait.
I'm excited. But that's funny though, because you make your own little community wherever you go.
Yes.
Just like now, everybody that comes in and out of here,
but if we go outside,
they know who you are. Y'all screaming "I love you" from across the room. Like you know how to make family and how to adapt to people that understand you and that you understand. And that's important too.
It's because I want to give people share my energy. I have too much energy. Most of the time.
Why are you not afraid to?
I'm afraid of what?
Why are you not afraid to? Nothing tells you, you know what? If I'm trying too hard to share the energy that I might get hurt. You don't worry about that?
With couples. Yeah, if when I try to pick a partner, and so I was gay till I came to America. So I had a girlfriend for 6 years in Venezuela, and we were happy, we were fine, but then I have to run away, and then we needed to go separate ways because. She couldn't get a visa. She's now in Panama. She's happy with it. She got married. She has her wife. She's fine. But then I don't think I can fall in love with a girl again. So I started dating guys, and the first one was my husband, and then the next one I dated was a crackhead. So I don't know how to pick them. And then the next one was someone who was so smart, worked for NASDAQ, brilliant person, such a nice guy, and boom, cocaine.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
And now I'm like, I'm like, okay, whatever happens. I can't.
Yeah, because the timing, just like everything else in your story, it's going to happen when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And
I'm not
just like
rushing
everything else in your story, none of that came easy.
No.
So you're going to have to work. You know what I mean? You're going to have to keep yourself safe.
Yes.
Keep your mind at a certain space to where you have the confidence to know what you bring to the table, and just keep it moving.
That's what I told you. I'm not trying to control anything else anymore.
Just keep it moving, man.
I can't control it.
No, but that's, I mean, you have, like I said, from when I met you, you told me I have a lot of story to share. I have a lot, and then when we came through here to taste the wonderful empanadas, you said, I really want to do your podcast because I really want to share with people. And it's like, you definitely have a story.
A lot of story. I told you.
You have a great story. This man, somebody might need to write this out. It could be on screen somewhere, because it's like we've seen variations of this story before in movies, right? But the arc is different. Mm-hmm. You know, and with yours, it's like,
yep.
and it's like, that's entertaining.
It is entertaining.
And it's inspirational, because if you look at what was the Will Smith movie, Pursuit of Happiness?
Yes.
And you see what they went through, and then you see the end of it, and it's like, man, he just had to have the strength to get through that period, that time, and God bless his boy for being there with him. But you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We
just have to trust the universe, trust God, and just
keep working and keep learning.
Yes,
keep learning.
Learning is my thing. I everything. Right now I'm absorbing for you. I'm absorbing for Kay. I'm absorbing for my boss. Like, everything fills me and gives me more to give.
Were you always good with like school?
I was a bully.
Mean.
I was mean.
You used to be mean to people
because they were mean to me, because I was the fat one, and I was always reading, and I was always like, I was the nerd, so they were on top of me. Because I used to say I get inside the book when I read it. That's why I don't pay attention sometimes. And they're like, you're too fat to fit in the fucking book, and I'm like, you're too retarded to understand what I'm saying.
I'm about to say, like, but
that's why I was mean, not because I wanted to be mean. I needed to defend myself.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, kids are cruel, and most kids get picked on some more than others, and it's really based on how you handle it, what you get out of it, and you stood up for yourself. And you might have got carried away. You might have went a little overboard.
I did.
But I get it.
The good part about that is, in the politics, the first politic movement I did was, I'm in Nixon Mejia Romero is my school, and we don't have we are paying a lot of money. It's a private school, Catholic private school.
And you're 10 years old.
I was on ninth grade. Ninth grade is like 15, 14.
14 for us.
Yeah, so we don't have air conditioner, and we're in classes, and we're sweating and we're mad, and I'm like, we're not staying here. Grab the fucking chairs, and we're going to outside. And we all grabbed the chairs and put them outside. And then the teacher was coming and find us on the basketball field, and then she's like, what are you doing here? I said, it's just too hot there. And they follow me. They did that. And that's when I started, people actually listen to me. Now I can do stuff. And that's what I started. That was the first stuff that I did, that I was like, people listen to me. Maybe I can do something else.
I remember my moment. I was it was middle school, and you know how teachers always have a hard time calming the kids down.
Yes.
And it's, everybody be quiet. I'm gonna give y'all detention. We're not going to such and such. And I'd be like, shut up.
Everybody quiet.
Get quiet.
Yep.
I was like, hold the fuck up.
I have a voice.
At first the teacher's like, don't do that. And then next time it happened, the teacher started looking at you like, you gonna do the thing?
Do it, you got this.
But I realized,
help me here.
Because I wasn't a bully and I wasn't necessarily intimidating, I'm like, it's something to that.
Yeah.
It just took me a while to figure it out.
Yeah, I was a bully, so yeah.
Yeah, but I noticed that it was a thing.
You have a voice, you have a
listen.
presence, you have a, I love you since I first saw you the first day. I was like, I need to meet this guy. I need to hang out with him. And that's why, thank God we're here.
That's why we're friends now. Awesome. I'm glad to be chosen, because clearly you make great decisions and who your friends are. You just got to get you better relationships. That's all. That's okay. We got time for that.
We got time.
You ain't going nowhere
I'm
time
32.
soon.
I'm
and
still young.
You still got a whole nother culinary skill to figure out before then anyway.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
What's the next one that you would like to check off your list? What are you interested in that you haven't mastered yet? Culinary.
Turkish. I like Mediterranean, but I want to learn falafels and the proper way to make it, because everybody makes it here, but I want to.
You want grandma way?
Grandma way, yes. Yeah. That's what I love. maybe if I could go to, when I went to Colombia, I learned from the grandmas. In Venezuela, I learned from my grandmas. In Aruba, there is Tia Elena, is what this Aunt Elena. She's a Dutch old lady who cooks Dutch food in Aruba. So, you know, Aruba is from Dutch.
Yeah, they Dutch.
And I learned from that, her food. So I that's what and plus what I went to school in Venezuela, I was Mediterranean specialty. But we just did one dish from each country, and that was it. I want to see everything.
I want to see detail, yeah.
Yes.
Because even I was here the last time, you was making crepes.
Yes.
And I took French.
That's my second thing, French.
I took French class maybe 7-8 times. I only learned about the first chapter of the book each time.
Est-ce que je peux parler français aussi?
I'm not doing that with you. But my French name was Jacques Von Ries.
Jacques Von Ries.
Jacques Von Ries. And yeah, but every time we'd have a class, once a year, they would always have the time when everybody brings in a dish.
Yes.
And I always loved whoever made the crepes. Because crepes was awesome to me because they like pizza or like a sandwich where you could put anything in the crepe.
Anything inside. Anything.
And then once you get that good flaky, it's going to be right to you. You know what I mean? You go anywhere from apples to jerk chicken in the crepe.
To salmon, to pork, to whatever. People love them.
I just thought it was amazing. Like
bechamel pork. People love that thing. Bechamel bacon. People love that thing. And people but a lot of people don't know that crepes can be savory or sweet.
Yes. And it's a simple science to it.
Yes.
But you got to do it right, or it's going to be.
You have to practice
disaster.
A lot. Everything.
It's going to be a disaster.
That's why I don't do bakery, because a cake, you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah, the
temperature, the percentage. There's so many factors that can involve in pizza dough or anything with flour. You have to be aware of the humidity in the room, everything, the heat or the air conditioning.
And if you do a meal and something's lacking, you can usually add it to it. With a cake, it's done once it's done.
Yeah, what's done is done. That can't fix it.
It's baked already.
You put it in the oven and that came out like that, and
there's only a couple little tricks, and they only solve a couple problems.
Yep, a couple of them.
No, but that's interesting, because if you are always immersing yourself in education in some form, whether that's learning another language or learning their culture through their food, like, you're gonna be the most well-rounded person on this block in a minute. You're gonna be able to. You can manage all of this.
I know most of this business now, so I know where
you ran half of them already.
I work at Stoves too. I quit there because of a situation that happens there that I'm not ready to share. But I know how they work. I know how Sonny's work. I know how back.
You know how they could be better.
Yes, I actually was doing that for him. I changed his menu at Stoves. Make a new recipe for all the tacos, make a new recipe for everything. But then he got like, I'm just paying you 15%. I'm like, peace out, bro.
Yeah, because
I deserve 25% at least, because 15% is not enough.
And I made the menu with cost efficiency in mind, so you're saving that.
Yes.
Anyway.
He's saving everything. Yeah.
So give me that.
I'm changing the menu, cutting costs, cleaning that place because it was,
And you make the menu more functional to where everything on it can fold over into something else.
Yes.
Nothing goes to waste.
Nothing goes to waste. And that's what I told him, but he wasn't ready to share.
A lot of people don't understand that part. Like,
no.
You're losing so much where you could just pay me for saving you that.
Exactly.
You can give me a little more and I can save you a lot.
Just organizing you, just cleaning, and just putting things away is going to save you a lot of money.
Damn, there should be a partner.
Yeah. We can do that.
Yeah, there should be a partner. But no, I understand that. But I think like one of the things that I've always liked about being a chef is that y'all get to make up menus for places that are established.
Yes.
Like, y'all get to go in there and it's like, it's y'all twist now.
Yep.
And I think that's like it's a responsibility, but I think that's like a dope way to bet on yourself. Like,
so for example, in Big Ass Slices, they still have my recipes. I give it to them because they were so nice to me. They have the French toast and the avocado toast. They are both my recipes, and that's my signature. They have it. I give it to them. But the people still come there and they say, hey, that's Michelle's food. You're tasting her flavor. And people still love it. People still come for the same recipe.
Awesome.
Yes.
I think that's awesome. I think that's like an award. Like, you know what I mean? You keep the menu and frame it later and say, you know how much we made off of this menu?
Okay,
You know what
give me
they
20%.
No, I dig it. So how long have you been in this particular spot?
2 months.
2 months. So I came in pretty much the beginning of you getting here.
Yeah.
And I see that you and the owner have a great relationship.
Yes.
She treats you like a partner.
The owner is amazing. We are partners. That's how she calls me. She calls me her partner because we are both here investing our times, and she wants the same that I do. We want to help the community. We want to build a community. We want to if you look for us in Facebook, you can find us at Old City Kitchen or Old City Kitchen Community, and that's where we talk about it. Hey, this week this person is gonna come. You want to come and share your food, or you want to sell your products, and that's what we're trying to build. It's amazing. I think, guys. I don't know if she did it for me or God did it for me through her, but this is amazing. This is what I wanted to do, and that's teaching again, having to share my food. Like, I think I belong here. Since the first day, God brought me to the fair place.
Like I said, when I first came here, like I've worked in kitchens before, and I like this space.
Yes.
I think for what you guys are doing with it and what your intentions is, like you said, with people being able to showcase their own things. I think this is a great space for that.
You see the back
and
the next door.
Yeah.
And downstairs, you can, if you wanna use it as a ghost kitchen, you can use downstairs. We have a whole ghost kitchen downstairs, and we have all the things that you need.
That's good to know.
Yes,
that's good to know.
If you need to prep for catering, or whoever needs a ghost kitchen, whoever needs to prep anything, whoever, just come here, contact us, Old City Kitchen online. My phone number and Laura's in the website, so you just call us and we put you in the calendar.
So you've been here about 7 years in America, right? You said. And you've seen a transition of food trucks going up in popularity. You've seen ghost kitchens become a thing.
Yes.
You've seen pop-up restaurant spaces that they building.
Yep.
How do you feel about the transition? Do you think that's a godsend? Like, that's a blessing? Because there's levels to what you're able to produce and how you're able to get it out
It's a blessing for the the common people. Like, for me, for you, it's a blessing because now we can do it. Now we can sell a product. Now we can do multiple levels.
You got an entry point
now for companies, big companies, they are trying to build. I actually talked with somebody from Slice, and they're trying to build ghost kitchens, and that's what they want to do now, because that's where we're gonna be. First of all, we don't want to spend money renting a whole place for 3 days that we're gonna use it. And I come here, rent it for 3 days, I pay my 3 days, and I'm out. I don't have to come back till when I want it again, or when I put calendar.
But this is like a new way of doing things.
Yes, that's what
like
I would change. No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. Now I'm getting used to it. I always get like good wave, I get there, and I'm trying to get into it, and that's why I do pop-ups now, and that's why, but a ghost kitchen, it is building a restaurant in different kitchens around the city.
Right.
So if I have a ghost kitchen and I'm selling empanadas as a ghost kitchen, I come here and make it today because it's off today. But tomorrow I have to go and do it at another restaurant, Flannel in Passion, and I use their ghost kitchen and sell my product from there. So that's the thing. What I think that we're missing right now is a ghost kitchen delivery service.
Because the big ones aren't tapped in with y'all like that. I imagine so. I didn't think of that. And you know what?
So whoever's saying, if you have the idea,
I got somebody. I actually thought of somebody I could talk to about
yes,
that.
nice.
Shout out to We Deliver. Might be able to figure that out for you. But I'm glad that you said that also, because just like with anything, if there's anything that you're trying to figure out, let me figure out if I have a resource that could be helpful. If not, I can't.
Yes.
You know, but I'm never gonna bullshit you.
Of course, yeah, we can talk straight and
just let me know, I'll put the word out. I'll see what comes back. If I can help more, better. But if not, then my bad. But
no, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I understand 100%. But that's what we're missing in the ghost kitchen community, and the ghost kitchen thing that is growing right now.
Yeah, because delivery. A lot of everything is takeout now, especially with COVID. And violence and nonsense that's been going on.
Yeah.
A lot of people are just and nobody has time really to enjoy a meal out anymore like we used to. It's priorities have shifted in the last few years.
We're trying to spend more money. We're trying to spend less money. We're trying to save money. Like I'm doing prep meal too. So if you wanna prep meal for breakfast in a week, you can call me, set that up, and I can work with you. Like you like vegetables, you like this, you don't like this. What you want to change? Because now,
you vegan certified, you can do that.
Yes,
vegan.
I can do vegan. I can do gluten free. I can do any kinds of food because I went to culinary school for 4 years. When I graduated, at the same time that I was doing politics, this is other part of the story you don't know. The same time that I'm going to school to languages, I will go into school to culinary school at the same time. So I'm spending my life in college.
Yeah.
And after I come out of college, I go and work in the street to help people. So my life was 18 hours in the street, 4 hours of sleeping. That was every day. I used to come back from college at 11 p.m. and wake up at 4 a.m. to go to college again. And it was every day for 4 years.
You was young and you had the energy for it.
I had the energy. Now I can't do that.
I think about how I used to run sometimes and the hours that we used to keep that was like regular. And I could think of like years of only going to sleep at 2 in the morning and being up by 7 in the morning all the time. And it's like, now I might need a nap. Like I can get up in the morning.
Yes.
But later on I'm gonna have to like rest my eyes because it's not the same. But I'm glad that I ran when I could.
Yeah.
Sometimes I could have spent the energy in better directions, but I learned a lot and I survived it.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, but here we are. In the same way, in the same position. In all city kitchen.
And thanks a lot for having us, man. I appreciate the hospitality from the first time that we came through here.
You guys are the best.
And
I'm so glad to have you here. I'm so happy you guys came.
No, I was glad we was able to make this happen because the first time that I met you, like I keep referring back to, I never forgot what you said. It's just that with this podcast, we have 100 more people we supposed to interview.
Oh no, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
and that
understand.
we want to get to, and schedules permitting, and all of that. So it was like I'm so glad you make it happen. We were able to do this now because I think that with you having with you only being here for 2 months, this is the perfect time for you to do it.
Yes.
Because it's the beginning of your time in this space.
Yes.
If we'd have done this a couple months ago when we met, you'd have been doing another thing. And
doing other stuff. But here, this is the place that I'm going to stay for a long time. Yep.
Dope. Yep. Awesome. So I need you to tell the people how to follow you. Once again, give them the address and the information about this situation and how they can keep in contact with you and maybe hire you to cater something or for meal prep.
Catered in, meal preps, anything you need, anything that you want a fancy dinner with your couple, I'll make that happen too. We can make it in the backspace or I can do it at your house. I can bring all the service. I have everything to make it look pretty. But you have to follow us on All City Kitchen. That's the Instagram, that's the Facebook, that's everything. All City Kitchen everywhere. And then mine is Chef Michu, ChefMichu, Michu. Chef
You did
Michu.
great.
Yes. I'm going in my brain.
You did great. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having you.
Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
And thank you so much for, like I said, the hospitality. You guys here are awesome. And pass that along to your partner.
I will.
Me. But this has been another episode of Sippin' with Sammie. Sam Malone, Barstool Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Please get your fucking life together. It'll be 2023 already, and you wouldn't have had a shot yet. Tap in with Chef Michu, man. You won't regret it. Just to see the smile is worth it.
Thank you. Empanada.
Back to that. Hold up. Let me see. More love on that.
Ooh, all the love.
Hold on, no, say that. I need to change the focus.
Let me see. Where we go? And this after an hour, like just chilling.
Nice.
Chilling
yes.
Like love.
Fresh.
Look. Like
nope.
Man. That's a pocket, ain't it? That's what
Beautiful.
You call a pocket.
The fucking chemist. Somebody call Domino's. Luigi get Mario. Desperado, no Leguizamo, no jokes in this bitch. Rim tilted, J filtered, on the low in his mix. Poppy, I don't need her. Slow stroke while I feed her. Rap she a Peter. Inhaling my Peter. Slow grind, how it starts out. You on the side throwing darts out. Slice smirk, got her thoughts out. This slick shooter, what her thoughts about. Mosey on for one. Close the door, you run. In the wind, she know this ball. Watch the table, you know the score.
They tryna hit me long time ago now, so let I be dropping like dominoes. I fuck a girl in this audio, she on my top, she be jumping like Mario. I get the purple, right then I put it together and mix it like Savio. I'm living out in the county, I roll up a Dutch and I smoke in my patio. They tried to hit me long time ago now, so let I be dropping like dominoes. I fuck a girl in this audio, she on my top, she be jumping like Mario. I'm taking trips out the city, I hop on the plane and you know that I gotta go. She wanna come and she find my nose, I made her come and she find my nose. I came to party. She came to party, had a few drinks, now I'm feeling so saucy. Groupies all over, I can't get them off me. But her, she could chill, cause I like her, she bossy.
Bossed up, so boss this. Thin line, don't cross it. Marijuana and crawfish. Don Juan never saw this. Don Julio inspired it. Jack Daniels admired it. Cause when it's Sammie with the fire lit, I'll bring you back from retirement. Fly boy for real. Let me know what's the deal. We can run it up, fuck chill. Never runners up, fuck chill. Gotta spot the food from what's real. Senior Malone finna set the tone. Leave your ex alone, you can bet we going in the danger zone. Ew.
They tryna hit me long time ago now, so let I be dropping like dominoes. I fuck a girl in this audio, she on my top, she be jumping like Mario. I get the purple, right then I put it together and mix it like Savio. I'm living out in the county, I roll up a Dutch and I smoke in my patio. They tried to hit me long time ago now, so let I be dropping like dominoes. I fuck a girl in this audio, she on my top, she be jumping like Mario. I'm taking trips out the city, I hop on the plane and you know that I gotta go. She wanna come and she find my nose, I made her come and she find my nose. I came to party. She came to party, had a few drinks, now I'm feeling so saucy. Groupies all over, I can't get them off me. But her, she could chill, cause I like her, she bossy.